What's going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. The next meta counter team that I wanted to talk about was a future team. Now you might be wondering, why would this team be considered a meta countering team? And it's mainly because of their passives. So both Goku Black and Zamasu have a passive that allows them to do additional damage towards Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans. And if you don't know by now, the fusion tag is entirely Saiyan warriors, so this will be a perfect counter to them. Well, Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans, in the odd chance you face Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, or your opponent doesn't have the remaining Fusion Warrior team, so they bring like the Legends Road Gotenks and whatnot. The beauty of Goku Black, though, is not only is he a Blast type, but because he has this passive to do additional damage against Saiyans, and he has type advantage, it makes him an ideal counter to Super Vegito. So like I mentioned, they both have the passive advantage over Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans, but what really makes this team shine is that you're able to run it with double healers. One of the most difficult things when facing the Fusion Warriors team is they're incredibly tanky and they can sustain themselves well. They have really high damage output, so you need a team that can go toe-to-toe with them and sustain themselves for a long while. So Goku Black's main ability, providing him additional damage and healing, and Zamasu being a defense type, he's able to come in and sustain some damage, as well as heal, and tank an entire Rising Rush. Now the only difficult thing is Super Vegito's ultimate ability will have him negate endurance, so Zamasu's second life will get cancelled out. That's the one thing you have to worry about. Otherwise, you can absolutely bank on Zamasu coming in and tanking an entire Rising Rush for you. So with the double healers, if you were to run this team with Zamasu's defensive capabilities with his passive to deal additional damage against the entire Fusion Warrior team, Goku Black having type advantage, the passive, his main ability providing him heal and additional damage, that's why I feel like the future team is a very good counter towards the current meta. So now that we covered that, let's jump into some PvP. Alrighty, here's the first match of the video against another Redditor, which was really cool for me to come across. So shout out to this dude. It was a really good match. Thank you for, having this fight. So when it comes to these matches, I often start out with the Mai, just because when you swap out to another unit, when you begin with Mai, you gain some additional ki, which would be useful for continuing combos and whatnot. And most people don't actually start with their Vegito. Most people don't start out with Super Vegito, so I tend to not have to worry about not having type advantage at the beginning. They either start out with the red free-to-play Vegito, or they go out with the blue Gogeta, just because when he transforms, he gains a little bit of health, so they let him stay in there for a little bit of wiggle room. And if that's the case, you have type advantage, so it's super useful. Now, not only that, but Mai can really farm a Rising Rush super fast, and that's one of the beauties of this team. Because Mai has such an incredibly quick draw speed, Mai is able to help you quickly gain that Rising Rush right away. Mai and this game's oddly strange desire to give players a super fast Rising Rush are part of the reasons why this team is absolutely deadly. You can get it right away, super quickly. Now there's a little bit of lag there. I'm just gonna assume that maybe there's a minor hiccup and our friend here didn't intend on it there. Now we're in a bad situation here. This is one of the absolute deadliest things about the Fusion Warriors team, is this free-to-play Vegito being able to lock you in and then swap out is such a dangerous combination. It's part of the reason why they're absolutely deadly. If you remember back in when Bardock was first dropped, it's part of the reason why he was so dominant in the meta, because his main ability to lock people in was something absolutely new to everyone. No one saw that before, so it took everyone by surprise. Now that's an example of one of the uses that Mai could have, swap in, gain some ki and stuff. Super nice. Now I didn't even intend to Rising Rush. I keep pressing that stupid button by accident. So I was like, well, Mai has it pressed, I have no choice but to use it, so I figured I guess I'll just go for it, hope for the best. I get it off, but I know for a fact that it's absolutely not enough to take out the free-to-play Vegito. Fusion Warriors team is ridiculously tanky, just because of the 40% that this guy provides, let alone the additional damage buffs he provides for Vegito. And I don't know why the game took so long to swap out my character there. There are instances where it doesn't take that long and I can quickly swap out and I'll be okay. I don't know. But yeah, Goku Black is really strong. His blast damage is really great. But not only that, but you know that the Fusion Warriors team is either going to be Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans, so he's got the whole thing covered. He can do an absurd amount of damage towards all of them. Mai being able to provide heals, Zamasu being able to provide heals, Mai giving ki when you swap out from her, which bear in mind is not exclusive to the future team, it's anyone. Just something I wanted to clarify. I made a note about that in the previous video and I was incorrect. But just this overall synergy amongst all the different units make it incredibly good. But not just that, we're getting a new Goku Black and future Gohan, so it'd be nice to pay homage to this tag that I feel like a lot of people have forgotten. Even though they're forgotten, they're still very dominant. But not only that, you need to keep in mind that you can absolutely run YEL Cell on the future team as well. You could swap out Goku Black for YEL Cell, and a lot of us have already established that YEL Cell would be a fantastic counter to Super Vegito. His overall kit that he provides, his damage output, his type advantage, even though he has no passive to do additional damage against Saiyans, his overall kit would absolutely make him a deadly threat. You could run this absolutely with YEL Cell and you would be a powerhouse. If anything, it might be better off with YEL Cell because, you know, YEL Cell will heal when he's at the back. YEL Cell will help you vanish from a Rising Rush. That basically allows you to have 2 units that can help protect you from a Rising Rush. You either have Zamasu who can tank it and have a second life, or you could have Cell come in and vanish. It's crazy, it's perfect. So there we take out our first Fusion Warrior team. Thank you for the match. Second match of the video, like I said before, it's always going to be Fusion Warriors because that's the meta I'm saying that we got to counter here. Now this one is not like a traditional Fusion Warriors team because I noticed that he's just making it work with Saiyan units. Now it's sort of caught off guard here because I didn't expect him to have a Super Vegito first, which is why I quickly swapped into Goku Black. But just look at the damage there. 2 blast cards took away half his HP. Now I can't charge step yet. I'm still practicing, but you know, I'm taking that stupid risk of doing a charge step while facing Fusion Warriors. But look at this. It only took roughly 1 combo and Super Vegito is almost done. I couldn't sidestep for some reason there, but I have a nice little green card there, which is fantastic. Just another reason why this team is really awesome. Mai's green card is freaking great. Drop some cards, stun your opponent, give yourself some time. It's crazy. It's fantastic. She's just perfectly annoying. Just such an ideally annoying unit. Make your cost go up, kill some cards, stun you, heal, farm Rising Rushes right away. Look at this, I already got a Rising Rush ready. And Super Vegito is almost dead. It's perfect. It's an ideal situation. Now, at this moment, I wanted to swap out to Zamasu to see how much the Rising Rush would do. So, because I knew he was going to swap into his Blue Gogeta. He wanted to save his Super Vegito because his main ability would heal and he would want to use it to kill out Zamasu. I knew what he was thinking. So I wanted to bring out Zamasu to show that his passive will help him take out all these units even though he has type disadvantage. Because you have Goku Black and Mai there. Mai there on the back providing type advantage. Goku Black providing that additional passive. So there goes Gogeta. Now this isn't the most tanky Fusion Warriors team because on the bench he doesn't have the traditional Fusion Warriors teams, units rather, but it still goes to show that 1.1 mil you would be able to take out a Blue Gogeta with a Zamasu. And my opponent forfeits. And here's the third and final match of the video. It's a bit of a mix between Hybrid Saiyans and Fusion Warriors, which I thought was really interesting. I kept this in here because, like I said before, these guys also have a passive against Hybrid Saiyans, so they can be useful against a wide variety of teams. If you face against the Sun family, it's perfect, you cover all grounds, but my opponent decides just to run with the Fusion Warriors in the end. He just felt more comfortable with it, which is okay. So I keep Mai in because he swapped out to free-to-play Vegito, and although Mai is not the most powerful unit in the game, because of her super quick card farming and her low cost, you can get a Rising Rush right away. It's been less than, what, 10 timer counts, and I drew all the Dragon Balls I needed, which is great. You immediately took out, with a Rising Rush, you probably took out 1 threat in the Fusion Warriors team right away. I was waiting for him to switch into a Blue Gogeta so I can go into Goku Black to take him out. Goku Black for sure, with a Rising Rush, will take out anyone. Fantastic damage. So we take care of Blue Gogeta with this Rising Rush, which puts us at a really good start. Like the one thing you gotta worry about when you face the Fusion Warriors is there's no room to mess up. when the Fusion Warriors team can capitalize on your mistake, they will take it the full 9 yards. They'll shred you. Now here, Goku Black just killed off a unit, and when Goku Black kills off a unit, he gains plus 35% blast damage for 20 timer counts. So if you take somebody out with Goku Black, like if you play really far ahead and you plan it so that Goku Black does the Rising Rush to kill somebody, then whatever unit comes next is going to be taking 35% additional damage. Now, if you know how the swapping works, usually people don't start out with Super Vegito, but odds are you're more likely going to have them immediately start in with Super Vegito after you Rise and Rush somebody, which means Super Vegito is going to be taking damage from you having type advantage, your passive, and an additional 35% blast damage from the passive that you just gained after killing somebody. So you would shred them to pieces. Now say your opponent quickly swaps out to another unit because they don't want Super Vegito to take any hits. Well, they just gave up a vanish. That's something you can capitalize on and probably take out that unit that's there. So if you play this all out like this, then you can definitely take the Fusion Warriors team out. So Goku Black showing why he hates all Saiyans, why he's a menace. So there goes Super Vegito, and then we're just left with this free-to-play Vegito to take care of. I was hoping that her little shotgun shell would take him out. Some of you guys commented how my shotgun shell canceled out Super Vegito's big bang attack, and yeah, I thought that was funny as well. I guess that shows that Mai is stronger than Super Vegito confirmed. She needs God Key like Farmer with the shotgun. See, it's the shotgun. It's the Farmer with the shotgun. Oh. But anyways, that's the third and final match of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. Maybe run some new diverse teams. What do you guys think about the new units that are dropping soon? I guess it's a UST banner, not a Legends Rising, and I guess it's okay. My hope is they don't recycle the animations and stuff, but looking forward to it to run on the future team. Anyways, peace.